Yep. Yes, indeed, you did read that title correctly. What is up, everyone, and welcome back to some new beginnings here on the channel. So, sad day. We're starting over. We're starting over in Dragon Ball Legends. No, this is like I said, new beginnings. Now, let me say this: there's no reason, like, there's nothing wrong with my account. Like, I have my account. I'm still gonna actively be publishing videos on it. In fact, most of the videos are gonna be on my regular account. Like, literally, majority of the videos are gonna be on my regular account. But I was like, with the anniversary here, I know a lot of new people are going to be starting accounts, and one of the things I wanted to do was drop some guides or just beginner stuff, right? And it's kind of hard for me, as somebody that's been playing my regular account for like 760 days or something like that. I've been playing since the Singapore release where you need a VPN before the actual global release, so my actual account is incredibly old. So it's kind of hard for me to remember what it's like as a new player literally all those days ago and just starting out, right? And all the other guides I have are all outdated. So that's one of the main driving factors for starting this. And I know, again, a lot of new people are going to be playing, right? But one thing that kind of sparked this idea was, hey, the Legends Friend thing, right? I created a new account to invite it, and I was like, okay, well, I'll just kind of do that, get the missions to kind of go, right? Shout out to, by the way, everybody that did join. On my actual account, I do have 30 out of 30, which is awesome. Make sure you're completing the missions, though. We are at like 300 and something. Complete them. I need to get to 500. So anyways, yeah, that's kind of what sparked it, and I was like, you know what, I'll actually just continue this because I think it'd be a cool thing to kind of just intermittently drop in with new videos on this. And if you guys agree, if you guys are interested in this, if you guys are excited for this, and also for PvP showcases with a mainly free-to-play account, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. If you guys are excited, hit the thumbs up. It does help a lot. It lets me know you guys are interested in this and you want to see more. So please, please vote with that like button. So here's the deal. I am going to be doing a mainly free-to-play account. The reason I say mainly is because I think I'm going to pick up the Assistobots. For the people that don't know, Assistobots are actually, they're decent. They're not like particularly amazing, but this one you get 40 gems a day for a month. I think that's like 1,000 or whatever. Last time I counted, it's been a long, long time. It's like $7. And then this one here, you get 10 a day, skip tickets. It's like $3. So $10 a month, I don't mind spending that, right? So I'm not going to be sitting here and big whaling, like, or big whaling, as Seka would say, if you guys watch Grand Cross. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm just going to do that and just kind of move on. At best, what I'll do other than that is just pick up like the freaking like $7 packs every blue moon when they have those for like 1,000 gems. I think if you have the money, this is stuff that everybody should get, like the Assistobots and then like those super discounted $7 multis. Like that's pretty much the most I would do. But again, other than that, it's going to be all free to play. And going from there, I want to kind of talk about how this is so depressing for me. Not the star count, that's whatever. But like the units not leveled up, they're not even soul boosted. Like, oh man, can't wait till I get my account built up and I can do like PvP and stuff like that. That's definitely coming. Like, I'm gonna have fun with this account. So I want to kind of talk about some of my new player priorities for this video and some of the things I'm going to be prioritizing and going from there. I think right now the most important thing to prioritize is grinding CC, obviously, and building your resources, but more or less clearing story and getting Shallot built up and getting his evolutions done, and in terms of like Z power and also in terms of like getting his forms unlocked. That's more or less what I'm prioritizing right now. I don't even have access to like all the content. I can't play co-op yet. I don't have the ability to unlock adventure slots yet. Like, I am completely in a perspective of a new player, right? I don't have any resources built up. The good news is when you create the new account, the game does actually give you a lot of resources for like mission completions and like also like a lot of resources for the login bonus and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff I really definitely want to do. By the way, set up your data transfer if you haven't yet. I need to do that myself. A lot of stuff I need to do in terms of getting this stuff going. So I'm going to just be mainly focusing on clearing story and grinding CC. And I think since I have a really good starter account, I think I'm going to just focus on GT for the anniversary, because I assume it's going to be something similar to what they did last year, right? Where it's going to be like a GT banner and then another banner that's going to feature most of the other stuff, and Vegito Blue will probably wind up being on both banners. And obviously if I do, that's so many characters. And obviously, like, if I pull him, that's great, and I'll try to build something around him. But for the most part, I think I'm going to just be focusing on like the GT characters and trying to build that out, because I have a really good GT starter account for the most part, and being able to go from there, right? So what I want to do before we kind of dip out of here, like I said, if you enjoy it, hit the thumbs up. What I kind of want to do is kind of just talk about some of the banners right now. Like, there's not much you should really consider pulling on, right? I got my stuff started by only pulling on this banner because this is actually a very good banner for new players. Like, they feature a lot of units that are going to be very, very relevant in the game for a long time and have been for a long time. So, very good banner. But again, definitely wait if you're starting the account before the anniversary. Wait until we see the anniversary banners and stuff. They might overlap with this banner for like a day or so you have the opportunity to kind of sit and wait and see what happens. But nonetheless, though, that's more or less where I was pulling, and I was like, dude, I just want to start off with the GT trio and kind of go from there. I was also lucky enough to get a couple of other GT cards, like the EX GT Goku and stuff like that, and that's more or less it. The game also gives a lot of the Masters Pack tickets. That's more or less where I've been summoning. But again, to kind of recap before we leave, here's my priority. I want to make sure I clear the story, and now's the most important time because they do have that campaign going on where it's right here, 0 energy until the end of Part 5. So make sure you're doing that. Also, be sure to clear Part 2, Book 7, Chapter 11, I believe it is, on hard mode, so you can get that 5-star shallot. I know a lot of people actually don't know this, even if you've been playing the game for a long time. If you've skipped out on hard mode, you need to go back because there's a stage in here on hard mode for this chapter that does drop Z power for shallot. So make sure you're doing that as well, so you can get that 5-star. And obviously, he'll probably drop 6-star for the anniversary. Just make sure you're going back and getting that. And then other than that, just grinding CC through story, through events. That's another thing. Like, I obviously could go back and clear all the missions, rewards, stuff like that, but I won't be able to clear this in time, right? This is going to be a really long-term project for me, but there's a lot of events and stuff like that that I need to clear to get also like these good equips for these characters. Like, this will be a solid one for Vegito if you want double D, or like if you wanted you know, blast attack and then special move as well. Like, there are things like that that I definitely need to prioritize, but more or less the lack of resources is very important, and you definitely need to make sure you're stocking up on that stuff. And I think that from a new player's perspective, there are different things as well, like equips you can kind of wait on, but things you need to consider as well. So here's the deal. If you guys want to see more content, again, hit the thumbs up. Also, I'm considering making my next video some like equip priorities, especially for like a new player perspective, but that's information that will benefit like anybody. Like, for example, from my team setup, really wanted to pick up this Android 17 equip. I think this is a really good equip basically for any Saiyan. Even if they don't want blast attack as a primary stat increase, the HP buff is incredibly good. Slot 3 is kind of whatever, but the HP and also getting some attack out of it is like always good. So I wanted to focus on this, especially for Vegeta, and get him going. And also give Baby that little bit of HP as well. It's good for any Saiyan. They're good to go. This is a double attack or like double D and attack split, right? So this is another good equip, 18 and 12. Like, this is good, right? So there are things like this that I'm considering doing videos for, that this new account makes it a little easier to prioritize because I'm actually living in the moment. So if you want to see that, let me know. And other things you guys probably want to hear me discuss, especially if it's something I haven't discussed on the channel in a while. So if you're new to the channel, I'd love to have you stick around and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up for more content on Dragon Ball Legends, and subscribe, excuse me, hit that thumbs up as well for more content on this. But what I want to say as well before we head out of here, if you haven't seen the recommended videos, they should be live on the screen and clickable. You can check out my other channel content and other videos just like this one here on the channel. And again, like I said, this is something new I'm doing. We're probably going to come back for summons as well for the anniversary at some point. I am still actively going to be playing my main account. I have spent way too many hours on that account, like over 1,000 or whatever. I have spent several thousands of dollars. I'm not going to get into how YouTube works, but I make it back. It's fine. As a content creator anyway, Ultra Whale account, like, I am not ditching my account in any capacity. I'm not getting rid of it. I'm not selling it. I'm not doing anything like that. Most of the videos on the channel will still wind up being primarily all on my old account, but more or less just with some of this kind of sprinkled in. If you've been around for a while, you kind of know that sometimes I would do a couple of summons on my wife's account. She actually has a really good account as well. Like, you've seen me do that every blue moon, right? There are things that I can do from this account, from this perspective, that I can't do from the other. So that's more or less what today's video is about, and eventually we're going to get into more content like PvP, which I've jumped into a couple of times. So anyways, thank you all for your continued support, and I'll see all of you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody.